that's where I was going to explain the whole you don't age when you're in that block of ice. Because they showed that anyway in the police station when he met the dude. It was in the beginning of the movie. He was younger. He was the pilot of the helicopter. Wait, send the maniac to catch when he jumped out the helicopter. The dude that was flying the helicopter, he still worked for the police force. He was like, John Spartan, is that you? And he was older. He's like, man, what happened to you? He's like, I aged. And he was like, that's how he explained the whole, when you're in the block of ice, you don't age. Well, but he had his daughter in that movie as part of the resistance or whatever.
Well, shit, I bet she still got a check for that shit.
Well, I told you, there's a whole scene in Attack of the Clones. I told some of you about that. I was like, that's jacked up. Because I watched the deleted scenes. Anakin meets Padme parents. When they return, what's the name? And they, show up because she's in trouble. And he meets her mother and father. I'm like, that whole scene, which was about a little less than 10 minutes maybe, cut. I was talking to John Mueller. I was like, that's messed up. You said, yeah, I'm in Star Wars. Like you said, they get a check. And they were on screen. They weren't extras. They had lines on. But I'm like, that's messed up. I'm in Star Wars. You got your family. Because it's not like they call you and tell you that you got cut.
Shit, you talking about that? Motherfucking Brendan Fraser said they made a whole Batgirl movie where he was the villain and they just scrapped it. He got paid for it and everything.
Wait, what movie?
Batgirl.
Oh, Batgirl. How long ago?
Like during the pandemic.
Oh, wow. You told me what was going on with DC in general.
So they do shit like that left. I remember I was a kid, like, nigga, before I was 13, a kid, I went to go see Problem Child 2. I remember like it was yesterday because I will not forget this. And something was coming towards the screen in the movie theater, and then when it got to the front of the screen, it flipped over. It was a Captain America shield. It was like Captain America coming soon. I ain't never seen that motherfucking movie. They do shit like that.
And that's that corny one back in the day where the shield was red and clear.
No, this one was looking like the actual shield. I remember, you probably can't.
No, I'm just on the whole movie. That corny one that came out.
No, I'm saying this was you talk about that one was in the 70s. This one was supposed to come out like Problem Child 2.
It came out in the 70s. I didn't know that. I just know that he jumped out the back of a truck with smoke.
Yeah, that was like the 70s. I'm talking about like this was. I was going to see Problem Child 2. This had to be like 91, 92.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I remember
that Captain America movie on, and they just said we're not releasing it, and that was that.
I remember going to see. I had not Coming to America. Look Who's Talking, and at the end of part 1, they show you a trailer for part 2. If you bought the tape,
right?
The VHS, as they call it, but we called them tapes back in the day.
Right.
At the end of that movie, nigga, Richard Pryor was supposed to play the black baby. He was doing the voice and everything. And then when part 2 came out, it was Damon Wayans. If you could find that trailer somewhere, Richard Pryor is the voice of the black baby, which that would have made that movie too funny. But for some reason, they got rid of him, and they had Damon Wayans.
That's always interesting, though, because when I told you that's my movie, Sin City. Now, normally with movies like that, they make them, there's certain movies, like Avatar was, like, set a record at the time for being the highest grossing movie. And they waited a long time. I still haven't seen Avatar The Way of Water. But,
you ain't missed nothing.
I know. That, what is that? Bad Boy, we talking about that. The first one, 95, the next one, it was a hit. Next one, 03. After that, it came on 2020, right before the pandemic started. The next one, and I'm like, you need to do it when they say the iron is still hot. Because Sin City came out 05. Me, Jamila, Nala was visiting here the first time she came here. We all went to go see it. This like, I don't know when they made it, but they released the sequel in 2014. And they show, they got that list of what movies grossed over the weekend. It was like 12. Like,
And that's what fucks up franchises, shit like that.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't understand why you would make a movie and like you've already put the money, you paid writers, actors, everything. You already invested your money. Why not release it?
Well, you know what I'm saying, speaking as a producer and not a rich one, yeah, you know what I'm saying, everybody don't got that Disney green light. It takes a bit of money to get people to dedicate themselves. You may have signed somebody to do a movie.
No, but I'm saying when the movie's already made and you're going to leave it on the shelf. Like they did, I told you they did with Divergence. They decided not to release it, but they still. No,
I'm saying like, yeah, when you got money, you got to like, if like for example, let's say we made a movie and we got cool with this. Cause I seen this shit happen with Michael J. Fox one time, with a movie called Frighteners. That movie was supposed.
Yeah, you told me it was actually Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, and they were saying that HBO for some reason was bullshit with them. So Peter Jackson had to sell it as another the title. Cause I say they be making whole movies. That's why I don't believe shit on TV when they be like, kids going hungry. We don't got money to open up schools. We can't fix Flint. But bitch, y'all are spending millions of dollars. Y'all are spending millions of dollars. Y'all are allowing people to spend billions of dollars to play make believe, and we ain't gonna question that.
But this is what I keep telling you, and this was because some girl said that at Dallas, and she's with this girl named Ashley. Used to work there, and I walked past, and I say nothing because I'm tired of this. She was like, "We need to pay more than basketball players." We're saying, I'm like, first of all, they can train plenty more people to do what you're doing than play basketball on that level to where they're going to bring in money as a novelty. They get a lot of money and it's private. It's not the government.
Oh no! I'm not saying that's the government responsibility. I'm just saying because as you can see, the government is not running the show.
As far as private business.
As far as people, that's what I'm saying. As far as the people, as far as America, as far as us, we got people. We're letting people. That's like, for example, the people of Detroit are letting the system destroy the schools, and everybody's solution is let's move. It's like, it's not going to fix the problem.
It's going to fix the problem.
It's not going to fix the problem if you move to Southfield, if you move to Warren, if you move to Farmdale. We still got a problem. And if too many of y'all...
The only thing that's going to happen is some kids will end up catching the bus way out there to wherever to go to school at.
And then it's so stupid. I say give it about 10 or 15 years... You're going to start having people saying, I don't got to go to school to be a nurse. I'm going to TikTok. I'm going to learn to be a nurse from TikTok.
I was thinking about that.
You laugh. I mean, it's fun. It's all fun and games. So you see some kid trying to give you stitches and they don't know shit. Let me Google it first. So you like, what? You better not Google how to get stitches.
Right. Yeah, that whole arm has been cut off now because it got infected for some odd reason.
Right. And then we got. You can't tell the doctor that because you don't want to hurt the doctor's feelings. So you don't want. So you got to keep it to yourself until you die. And then we got to wait for something to march for you and raise some money before we start making awareness of not letting people who learn from TikTok work in the hospital. Like that's about to be a thing. Because I don't think it's. I think it's weird that we got. I was telling somebody online on Twitter. You know, Twitter like half porn, and there was a nigga up there, but he actually was a woman playing with his pussy, and I'm like, hold on. I said, the devil is a liar. What the fuck you doing? He was like, well, whatever the fuck it was like, people always got something to say. I said, I just said the devil was a liar, but you the weird one. He's like,
playing with what?
Her pussy.
Oh, okay.
It was a man, but it was a pussy down there. And I replied, the devil is a liar. And they was like, because I don't put pictures online because I don't really trust it like that. I just be observing. And they was like, well, it's always the faithless pictures. You niggas always got something to say. This is what she was saying. I said, you need to worry about yourself. And she was like, well, how can I argue with somebody who are afraid to show their face? I said, why am I arguing with a woman who feels so ugly she gotta tell people she a man? You got a whole beard and mustache, but you online playing with your vagina. Like, look how weird you are. Look how weird this shit. But this is like the reality we facing that we have to acknowledge weirdo.
Here's another part of that. They always talk about. First of all, and I loved when he said this because it was at the time when they went up to Kyrie for posting a link or whatever to that movie, and they was like, well, why don't you go after Jeff Bezos for having it on Amazon.com or whatever. But the thing was, this dude used to play for the 76ers recently. like he just retired. He said everything y'all do on social media is to promote. Either you're promoting I'm against it or you're promoting I'm for it. But it's promotion because it's being made public. You're purposely so when people do that and then people get negative comments, you can't complain about them being haters because you did it. Granted, you're doing it like you said, whatever this thing was, man, woman. We're gonna go back to hermaphrodite now, but you did it for public consumption. You put it on there for that. So anything he complaining about you saying about it, I mean, it is what it is. You're not happy because he's not happy that you didn't. Was it a man or a woman?
It had a vagina, so I'm gonna say it was a woman. Cause I don't know.
Right.
And I'm not about to jump into the thing.
It's getting that bad.
It's getting that bad.
I don't know. No, but
I told my son, you bring one of them motherfuckers to the house.
So if you get some negative comment, like
and all I said was the devil is a liar. Because that was nothing but the devil. Twitter, you see all types of shit.
Oh hell yeah! But they talked about that. How many people complain? I'm like, well, it is a symptom of disease because they're like, it's basically like a bunch of people looking for something to complain about. I'm like, that's not always the case. But like, I cracked up when Kim Kardashian back in 2016 released that magazine is from somewhere, I think from France or something. It's called Paper. Rihanna did it where you butt naked, like basically posing all butt naked. And I cracked up because on Twitter, Bette Midler.
Yeah, she said just swallow a camera. Just swallow a camera so we can.
They knew she would have to stick a camera
in her right, not her throat, because we just seen every part of her body.
I think the upper rectum or something, because we done seen every other.
And she ain't lying. Bette Midler knows what she's talking about.
But Kim Kardashian found a way. And like you said, her mom was in there, whole girls going wild back in the day.
Man, you know do you know she hid her kids from that shit? Like they really caged off that shit?
They what?
They like don't know, like somebody was on doing the interview with North the other day and they was like, how do you feel about what your mother do? And she said, what do my mother do? And then somebody in the room got laugh. And
but you know what?
There's somebody in the room got lie say she gives money to people and they take the money and do good stuff for other people. I said, y'all ain't shit. Y'all lie to this little girl.
Right. No, but the funny thing about that is that it reminds me of what a lot I hear from so many comedians. It's like their kids don't find them that funny. Like, you know, they're being there trying to make out when they're younger. Well, yeah, that's always been interesting when I've heard that. Like, right here and there, because, you know, Jim Carrey's daughter tried to get on American Idol once.
Okay.
She got to the point, and I think it's just because of the name, because I went down there when they were here, back in 2015, I think it was. And you're not auditioning in front of, at the time, Randy, Simon, and Paula. Well, at that point, I think it was Jennifer Lopez. You're not auditioning in front of them. It's a bunch of producers. And Zaire was like, yeah, this because then, why they got your camera? She's like, you know, they're producers. They want you to make sad faces and do this so they can show it while Ryan Seacrest is narrating. And she told me, Zaire sung this song by Evanescence. And I believe it's called Anywhere From Home. Anywhere But Home. And this girl's like, yeah, you're using that job, but I'm like, yeah, you got so many people that can sing. They're not just looking for that my dad told me about the three things they look for: the ability to sing, the look, and stage
And how far are you willing to go? And I said, they looking for, cause anybody could be pretty, anybody can have presence, but are you willing to get naked?
Nowadays, yeah.
Are you willing to suck a dick real quick? Are you willing to?
Nowadays,
are you willing to act? I know you're a rapper, but are you willing to act? Are you willing to sing too? I know you came here as a.
We need to get our money sources for more than just one thing.
That's why you got cast now. You was a rapper, but now you see him hosting the Wendy Williams show and shit. Like, well, no. You was just a rapper last year. Now you.
At the same time, because I heard that we go out flipping the channels, Wendy Williams real good. She was talking about Mariah Carey some years ago. She's like, you're Mariah Carey. Because Mariah Carey stuck her name on some perfume, which they were all doing. And they make the perfume first in a lot of cases, or, cologne. And then go to them to stick a name on it. They did it with Jay-Z, and Jay-Z.
They do that with everything. They do that with everything. You think you think they're waiting for Puffy to make Sean John? No, this is a factory that was making clothes, and he gave them permission to use his name. And then the same people made J-Lo clothes. They do it anyway. That's the bit. Like right now, if me and you, as a matter of fact, I'm thinking about doing it, but I've been seeing it a lot on Instagram. But like right now, say me and you want to start a business, we could put our name on coffee. The company's already there. It's just about us paying them to put our name on their bags, and we can sell it as it is Terrell Coffee. You see, so it's that's like part of retail.
That would be very scary, first of all, because we put it on coffee. They gonna relate it to Pennywise.
Which, as long as they drink it. As long as they motherfucking drink it.
Right.
I'm gonna make some wizard pork chops. I'm gonna make some wizard pork chops in a minute. It's about to be wizard chops, chitlins with my face.
She was saying that
cornbread.
I'm like, look, that is not
oxtails.
Huh?
I said oxtails. I'm about to make a line of food with my face.
No, but the thing is, she was talking about it, and I'm like, why not? Because rappers learn that. And I remember they had a clip of saying when Ja Rule had his show, Rules, whatever it's called, Rule 336. It was named after that first album he had. But he had his reality show with him and his family, like Judge Master.
That was the second album.
Run's house. But the thing is, Ja Rule said it in the clip for one of the commercials. He was like, rap is young man's game. And I'm like, yeah, Jay-Z doesn't, I don't think he cares. He might have new ideas for music here and there, but it's like, he tried retiring for all of a year. He retired in 04. Kingdom Come dropped in 06.
Just like DMX said, he said he's retired when DMX was out, and he came out of retirement when DMX went to jail. That was all a lie.
But the thing is, Too Short retired probably like 4 times. I don't know.
Not just him. How many times I'm gonna see Ozzy Osbourne on the retirement tour?
No. Barbara Streisand. I was like, they need to stop this because people shell out all this money. It's almost like a scam.
It should be almost like. What you mean almost like a scam?
I gotta say that. I'll learn how to do that for when I'm in front of cameras. You never put like a locked in statement. Alleged, you gotta learn words like that. It's almost like a scam. So no, I didn't say it was a scam. It's almost like a scam. But yeah, because Jay-Z said that when he's talking about I sold out the garden the day when they thought you were shot. Yeah, they think you'll never want to see you again. And they was like rappers need to learn the word hiatus.
Well, you in the business because that's the rap game. Everybody rapping, so everybody don't got to buy your album. So to make money, yeah, you probably got to drop 10 albums this year and keep dropping mixtapes and being on videos and all this shit because you ain't making your album like back in the day. Look at motherfucking Frankie Beverly and Maze. Them niggas made an album 50 years ago and they never recorded again. They been touring up the same album. Nobody got that star power no more. Frankie Beverly and the Maze ain't made an album since 76 and still every say doom 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 doom. Oh, they've been doing that shit for about 50 years. That's not power. They don't do that shit no more.
TMZ Live. Freaking Lauryn Hill, who's keeping the Spirit TV time well and alive. They was like all her concerts, she 2, 3, 4 hours late.
You don't talk about my sister. That's what you won't do.
And they was like she explained herself, and I couldn't barely hear she saying, this live chat there. They're like, yeah, she still never explained it. And I was like, they were like, if you paid $200 for a ticket,
which I would never do. So shame on you. Shame on you.
They would laugh when they saying it, and one was sitting there like, well, if you know this is what you're known for, don't go. They're like, well, you want to see her live? They were like, well, they're like, if she say that her show is at 8 o'clock and you know she's going to be 3 hours late and then show up at 11, like, what if she starts already? I'm like, yeah. And she was trying to explain herself a few years ago about that, and somebody called her, a bitch out in the crowd. And you're like, I do this for me, not for y'all. I'm like, you need to slow down on that one. Because that was on Undisputed with Ving Rhames when he was like, you lose your fan base with this whole rap thing, rape thing. And he like, fuck the fans, I'll get them back. He like, no, the fans pay your bills. Like, you don't ever disrespect. And I'm like, yeah. Because Gleam was talking about that. I kept telling her when she was talking about something. Was it Dame Dash saying, I own my own company. If I want to make a movie, I'll go make a movie. I told her that day, because he said that on a talk show. And I was like, that day, all the people at his company should have just decided to walk out just to show him something. Because I was like, people talk about janitors. I'm like, okay, is this billionaire going to sweep his own floor? Granted, iRobot is taking care of that very soon. They already got the vacuum cleaner out there. I want a vacuum cleaner here talking to me. Would you like your room vacuumed? I'm like, no, thank you. And then the vacuum leaves.
Shit, Lauryn Hill told them they lucky she showed up.
Right.
Lauryn Hill don't care.
But she said, but they was trying to make it turn. They're like, she only has one album. And then this dude called in, like, y'all need something in there. She got 2 albums. It was called an MTV Unplugged.
Oh my god, and that album was so deep. I play that shit.
That's what he was saying. He was like, that was cold. But even she said it. She was like, she only one album. They're like, she don't want to show up too early because then she run out of songs.
Shit.
But I'm like, yeah, they just need to go ahead and do that. I know what's the name in prison now.
Who?
I don't know if he went yet. They said Pras was running some legal trouble.
He on tour with her right now.
Okay. They just need to go ahead and do the album. I know they did a song. They did a song that is back in like 08, 09. Those three did a song together, like recent, and that was it, because they weren't talking about the whole, we're going to do it again. I'm like, yeah, y'all just need to go ahead and do that. Because I'm like, now it's about money, and y'all all have enough. They were like, they recorded the entire Score album in his basement. Which I'm like, hey, what's the overhead?
I can believe it. I can believe it totally.
Oh yeah, they did the whole thing in his basement. Yep, you just get the insulation, put it in a room for sound, and you can do all that stuff down there.
Shit, it's some motherfuckers that sit in the living room. You just set up the living room area. It depends what sound you're looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I was just talking about, because I hear used to do that, which there's some guys that be making tracks and putting them on like Facebook, like you can use it. None of these people are used to actually trying to release it as an official song, because then you got a problem and then you be in court, like, all this money ain't yours. But Zahira will be singing over them, but she would do it when we was over there on Nego, she would do it in the bathroom, because, it's like, you don't need a microphone. Just close the door and do it in there with the echo effect that it has in there. But I was telling them to get rid of that. You do it in, you get that insulation. That's one thing. I've heard of other things like styrofoam. I've heard things that absorb sound so you don't get reverb.
Well, I've seen people use the insulation. I've seen people use eggshell curtains. They got these. Yep. They got this foam that's like.
That's the foam.
That's like bubbles.
You know, with the eggshell curtains.
No, I'm talking about like some people that actually collected eggshell curtains and stapled them to the walls.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's the foam.
Yeah, but I'm saying they actually have a foam one, like the foam in the speaker.
Yeah,
that's shaped like.
Eggshell curtain, it absorbs sound.
No, I'm saying they actually have like a bumpy. It's like 12 by 12. They like bumpy pieces of.
No, I understand what you're saying. But That was right. I thought this is what it's made out of, foam. Because I'm actually
no, but I'm talking about like what's that thing that goes over the mic? That little muffler.
Yeah, it's made out of foam.
Okay, well,
styrofoam.
Well, yeah, I'm about to say because most eggshell curtains are made from styrofoam. I done seen people use that. I done seen people use.
Styrofoam absorbs sound too.
Yeah, I done seen people. They got this cover out here. It's like a comforter.
I've seen people use what's the name? They'll put commercial carpeting on the wall.
Yeah. I'm about to say I done seen people use carpeting cover, big thick cover. Because it's pretty much about, consoling the sound, so like you say, won't get the reverb and the sound going past.
Yeah, because that hard surface that, like say, a tile floor is made out of, you got that right, the sound's going to bounce off of that. You need something to absorb it right. So I'm like, yeah, like you said, you got to just find a space to, set that up at, and you can do pretty much everything else. You can get a drum machine. I know you said you got the drum machine. You can do all of that on a keyboard. It was a commercial a couple of years ago. LL was in the commercial. So you make music on this little tiny thing that fit in your hand. I'm like, really?
Yeah, but it's like when you once you get into it, yeah, it does start like that simple. But once you get into recording shit, you start realizing all the elements you need, and that's when it becomes the music business. It goes from just singing real quick to, oh shit, I got to make some investments. I got to come up off some money.
Because I was having this discussion with Sami. He was talking about Ahmad. He used to be making beats and everything, and he'd be selling them dudes some he didn't really know, word of mouth. And he was going to school out there, wherever, Michigan State, I think he was going to, up in Lansing. He was taking music theory. He was explaining it, and I was explaining to Sami, it's still good. And Sami was talking about Uncle, he's like, we call Uncle Larry. It's Lawrence Payton. He was named after him. In the family, he has connections, and he had a mom make a beat for him before, just to see what level was on. And so he was like, yeah, he was already set. He just didn't have the discipline to do it. He like hanging out in clubs and all that. I'm like, yep. And if he got the money from doing that, it would only be worse, and we'd be hearing him on a True Hollywood stories about being drug addicted and went around. But I was explaining to Sami, it would still be good if he took actual piano lessons. He was like, no, you do it now. And Timbaland took plenty of shots at those type of people where, yes, you can get paid off of that. But Timbaland be referring to them as beat makers.
Right, you don't understand. Like when I was making my album, you'd be surprised how many niggas in the studio did not account tablatures. They did not account the music. They didn't understand what 16 bars was. They had this rap until it sounded like this when the chorus is supposed to come in. And I had to tell them, like, no, keep going, stop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even when I went to other studios, there's only one producer right now I trust recording because two producers I trust right now because everybody else is like you just pretty much taping them to record. They don't understand reverbing and sound and cutting down echoes and all this shit. They just know they can know how to push record and they got this software that record vocals.
Right.
And you paying these motherfuckers $50,000 an hour to do this shit.
Prince said it. Prince was like, y'all don't want, what did he say? He's like, y'all don't want computer programmers sitting there making music.
Right, because he said he was saying
that's what it's going to.
Yeah, he said also, he was saying, because I was telling somebody online, he was like, they said as a producer, what would you stop doing? And I was like, I put in sampling. And then somebody put up, what's wrong with sampling? I says, nothing wrong with sampling. There's nothing wrong with being inspired. But it's so crazy that so many people making their whole career off recycling somebody else's work. What's wrong with being original? What's wrong with coming up with your own sound? That is so crazy that y'all making it seem like...
Ray J said something similar. He said, I like making new music that people feel. And I'm like, yeah, I understand you because that song, it was like, you'd be surprised at how, well, I guess you wouldn't be surprised. How many things sampled? What? That song was banging. I liked it with Casey. It was just JoJo